on the internet. He didn't pay this bit of tax back in 2011. Whatever, fucking get him. Charlie, they were like, taxes are paid. Never had a speaking gig.
I'm not coming on Saturday. I'm strapped for cash.
You should sell some stuff on Depop.
Married his wife. Never called the cop. It's clean as a fucking whistle. What can the DOJ get this guy for? Nothing. Okay. So for Charlie, they skipped stage 2. For me, my silver lining is I've lived an interesting enough life for them to attempt stage 2. But that doesn't mean I've ever broken the law. Doesn't mean I've ever done anything wrong. Doesn't mean what happened to me was fair. None of this should have fucking happened to me, ever. And now that Colonel A, who began it all, is about to be deposed, the messages are back. Coincidentally, she wants to settle. The number for the sponsorship contract is $50 million across 3 years. And I've just been offered $50 million if I drop my case, if I don't mention it ever again, and I shut up. But then I don't get my day in the sun, Jack. Then I don't get to put her on the stand and everyone say what she did, and everyone apologize to me. And finally all my suffering was worth it, because if I take $50 million, my life doesn't change. I have enough money. Not the richest man in the world, but I've done well and a smart guy. But I want everyone to see how I was set up. But if I turn down the money that made them use option 1 and 2, and then I turn it down again, they only have option 3 left. And that's why we're making this video. Because I have a terrible suspicion that I won't make it to trial. And if that happens, that's when I want you to release this video. That's where we currently are right now in my entire legal predicament. And they know they are fucked on every level. On the funding of this fucking NGO, and this fucking liar, her being paid in advance, her legal defense, the Romanian state, the British corruption, all of this fucking comes crashing down. Because they tried to get one guy, me, for doing what? Having a school, encouraging young men to go to the fucking gym. Trial's in December. It's currently May. I'm gonna go to Kazakhstan. I'm gonna hide in the mountains for a while. I'm gonna pop back up in December. And if I make it, it's gonna be Amber Heard and Johnny Depp times 1,000. Because the evidence in our file, you'd be amazed how, in fact, I think the British state would be very unhappy when they see that we have the letters from the Foreign Office to the meetings. I have everything. I managed to get everything. Because when you enact yourself with a corrupt mercenary like the Romanian state, they turn both ways. Oh, the Brits made us do it. What's this all in their favor? They're all tough guys when you need them to do something. They're like, oh, England told us to. I don't care. Look, they're England. But my problems are beginning again, Jack. I'm back to where I was at the beginning of this story. With strange offers and weird messages and a feeling that something is coming. And I don't know what it is.
I'll let you answer this however you would like to. But the NGOs, do college endowments invest in those NGOs?
Big education is exactly the same as Big Pharma. Big education has the largest racket on the planet because they have a monopoly over lending money to young people. An 18-year-old cannot access money to start a business, and they cannot access money to buy a house, and they cannot access money for the stock market or a car. They can only access money for a scam education that doesn't work. They have a monopoly over indebting slaves, putting slaves in debt when they are teenage. That is one of the most powerful rackets on the planet. If I told everyone I went up against Big Pharma and they came for me, they'd understand it. I went up against big education. Oh, the schools are good. No, they're not. The schools use the banks to enslave the populace. The schools are where they teach everyone these liberal ideas. The schools are indoctrination camps. Not only am I taking money out of their pockets by teaching our people, I'm also taking their ability to brainwash people away from them, because they're joining my school and learning the opposite idea. People were joining my school saying, I've joined your school to make enough money to go to university. And once they started making money, they're like, I don't need university. Because my school works. The reason they need a monopoly over lending money to young people is that if there was fair choice, if you gave every young person $100 grand and said, decide what you want to do with it, no one would choose a degree. I said, for $49 a month, I'll teach you how to make money online. You can spend that $49 on Pizza Hut or me. And they still chose me because my product works.
If you were sexually abused by a staff member while you were a former resident in one of the Rhode Island's
School works. We teach people how to make money for real. It works. And that's what they're scared of. They can't call it a scam. The BBC themselves can't print the school's a scam. Every time. Please play this clip. On LBC radio. Someone called into the radio. They were talking about my school saying it's a scam. He said, I'm a student. I make loads of money. I've retired my mom. I bought a house.
He personally helped me
How has he helped you? Tell me.
because I left my job. I was a part of the university. One target told everyone to go verify millionaire, teach you how to become wealthy. I was learning about market platforms from 9K before, and now I'm well over that, and I can provide for my family. And I'm only 23 years old. I retired my mother, and I also taking care of my.
You have retired your mother.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is she a racehorse?
Oh, but it's still a scam because how's it a scam? I paid $49 and made $100,000. It's a scam. How is that a fucking scam? No, what's a scam is what you teach. They've tried to slander the school and it's so effective they can't. So all they can do instead is try and hack it, take it down, and say the person who started it is a human trafficker. Or kill me. NGO's name is La Strada. La Strada. La Strada paid girl A in advance before she went to Romania. La Strada are paying for her current legal defense. After she accused us, 5 days in Romania, she left Romania and went to the south of France. Her ticket to the south of France and the hotel she stayed in was paid for by La Strada. La Strada is an NGO which is anti-human trafficking. So why are they paying people in advance and sending them to make human trafficking accusations? Because the media doesn't report on what has happened. It softens you up for what was going to happen. NGOs don't fix problems that they don't create. All a setup. Who funds La Strada? A bunch of other NGOs. Who funds those NGOs? USAID. The same fucking Soros deep left matrix bullshit as everything else. I'll let someone else do the deep dive on the funding of these fucking corrupt clowns. The point is, they set me up, and now they're about to lose. Imagine the frustration of my enemies. We put him in jail in Romania, he got out. We tried to break his mind, he wouldn't quit. We took his business and his money, he wouldn't quit. We attacked the mothers of his kids, he wouldn't quit. We hit him with an extradition warrant, he managed to escape. We hit him with another Romanian case, he managed to escape that. The whole time we're trying to convince him to kill himself, he won't quit, he won't give up. We've offered him money. We've offered him to give up. We've offered him capitulation. We've offered him to make all of it go away. We've offered him everything. He's still fighting. He won't give up. But it's fine, because he's trapped in Romania. And he's trapped there, and then he gets sent to England. And then, like Julian Assange, he's going to vanish in Belmarsh for 12 years, 15 years. Because we all know England is really fair. Julian Assange met supposedly someone in 1981 and went to jail in England until he decided to not post on WikiLeaks. And then, so where's that girl here? They let him go now. Okay, well, she never existed. They're going to Julian Assange me. So don't worry about it. He's escaped all these things, and he won't keep himself. He's so persistent, and his women won't turn on him, and he's fucking resisting us, and he keeps talking on the internet. But you know what? He's trapped in Romania, so we're going to get hold of him. Ah, he's in America. How the fuck did he get to America? Oh, it's okay. We have the corrupt AG of Florida. They opened an investigation. He hasn't done anything. There's nothing to fucking find. He doesn't even have a bank account to load, because we fucking took him all. What are you gonna do? Wipes his phone every night, he's paranoid. And now, he's about to depose girl A. On television. What moves do we have left, team? Well, we can try and convince him to kill himself again. That's not gonna work. We can offer him money again. 48 hours ago, they found out that doesn't. So there's 3 lives. And they've already discussed it, no doubt about it, because it's a pretty obvious choice. I fly in private jets, I drive fast cars. People don't like me, I'm a misogynist. You know, it might just be some crazy guy. It's always some crazy guy, isn't it?
How much money could they pay you to shut up?
Some men don't want money, Jack. They just want to watch the world burn. And the world which I want to burn is this piece of shit, corrupt, scumbag, misandric, fucking shithole that we've built in these liberal democracies. Every single element of this, the whole story I've told, is corrupt, head to toe, all of it. All because I told young men to.
If you were locked up at any Rhode Island juvenile detention center, a global settlement may be coming in 2026.
Rhode Island staff allegedly engaged with the jail.
I don't want money. If they want me to go away, I want a minister for men's rights in government. I want all these girls who make fake Me Too accusations to go to jail. I want men to be treated like people. I want fair, equal treatment. That's it. We talk about feminism and how women need equal rights. They have more rights than us in every single metric and regard. More men commit suicide. More men fucking go to jail. Men have the worst lives. We build the roads, we build the buildings, we die in ditches. A woman can lie about us, destroy our life at random. I'm tired of it. No. I've been through all of this shit because I was sticking up for men at the beginning, and that's the only way it's going to end. When they put in a minister for men's rights, and when they start jailing women for false accusations against men, en masse, because most of them are false. When they start weaponizing the judicial system against men who simply want to see their own children. When they drop all this bullshit, where men are getting completely wrecked, in divorce court, in custody court, when they drop all that shit, they're to come to me with a proposal to drop all that shit and shut up. But if they don't, it is important, and it is bigger than me, that I put her on the stand, just like Johnny Depp did with Amber Heard, and expose the fucking lies that these women tell, and the corruption of the system behind them. So my mission is bigger than me, so I don't need the money. I have money. 50 million doesn't change my life, as they found out 48 hours ago. But I know that they are getting desperate. Because what they had attempted to do is a miracle that it failed. I'm not going to put it down to my own genius. I'm only going to put it down to the fact that I paid attention for every opportunity, my unmatched perspicacity, and no matter how much I felt like quitting, I was indefatigable. I didn't quit. As my father once said, unmatched perspicacity and sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor, even against the fucking government of the United Kingdom and Romania itself, even against the Matrix itself. The fact that I refuse to quit, I refuse to give in, I refuse to do what they want, I refuse to stop talking, I wouldn't quit, I wouldn't go away, I wouldn't stop, and I paid attention to every single fucking advantage I could use against them. That's it. That's why I'm sitting here, and a whole bunch of luck, and God. It's a miracle. But they know they're out of options. Besides, take my third line.
What lie did you tell yourself to keep yourself sane through all this?
You know the funny thing about staying sane? It's kind of overrated. You have to optimize your life and optimize yourself for an objective. If your objective is to stay sane, then you have to sacrifice certain degrees of competency. For example, an insane man is more scary than a sane man. If you're optimizing to be scary, then there's something wrong with being insane. I optimized my mind and my life for resistance. And I realized I was better at resisting if I wasn't afraid of them. And I could only be fearless if I was a little bit insane. I wasn't trying to grasp onto sanity, Jack. I wasn't worried about getting my mind back. As I felt myself losing grip on the standard version of life which I understood, as I caught myself only sleeping 3 nights a week, as I caught myself becoming more and more prepared to do outlandish and crazy things to prove I wasn't scared of them, I was like, good. I don't need to sleep. I don't need to go back to happy little Andrew. No. I don't need to go back to happy millionaire with his cars. No. I need to be this person So that when they arrest me, I'm like, good, come. So I get back on my podcast and call them fucking corrupt. Sanity in and of itself is an optimization point that wasn't in my mind. I didn't care about sanity. I didn't see the end of this. I still don't see the end of this. I'm in Beverly Hills in a mansion. Great. I have to survive till December. I don't think, truthfully, in my heart, there's a happy ending. So I don't think there's a happy ending. What the fuck do I want to be sane for? If I'm sane, I'm gonna give up. If I'm sane, I take the 50 mil. Jack, if I'm sane, I take their money and forget all this and move on with a nice, happy life. Take the money and go, at least I got paid, doop-de-doo, and go fuck some girls on a boat. That's what a sane man would do. What kind of fucking idiot would escape the jaws of a tiger and go back for his act? What kind of dumbass would escape these people, and when he's finally free, when he finally breaks out, turn around and walk back with a stick, say, no, you started this fight. Outnumbered 100 to 1. What kind of sane man does that? This has nothing to do with sanity.
No big. Trade and predict sports.
I'm 40 years old. I've lived enough. Fuck them. And when this video comes out, after they do whatever they're gonna do to me, everyone's gonna fucking understand that I made the brave choice. I'm not the guy who always wins, Jack. I'm the guy who will always fucking fight. And I don't quit. Fuck them. Fuck them. They want me to go away. That's what they want. They want me to take the same choice. That's what they want. No. No. They attacked me first. They jumped me and they beat the fuck out of me and it was unfair. And now they've stopped and now I've gotten up and I should just walk home. And instead, I'm gonna try and fight them all again. Everything has started again and I've analyzed this. You said game theory. I've analyzed this. There's too much on the line for me to win. $1 billion from Romania. At least another billion from the UK. Prime ministers get losing their job. The Foreign Office, all the civil service, all their corruption, all of that shit. The NGOs, USA, Lestrada, all their fucking lawyers, all my assets. The Romanians still, even after they gave my passports back, kept all my money. They still have all my money and all my watches, all my stuff, all my gold. They still have my stuff. All of this stuff. If I sue Girl A, and my lawsuit is successful, then my school also got tax on that. Wait till I find out who's behind that and all that blows up again. They still lost control of the narrative. The reason this all started, they haven't fixed. No one believes I'm guilty. I've beaten them. There's so much on the line. They can't let me win. It's like Epstein. You just can't let him breathe. He knows too much. Too much has fucking happened. Too many people are gonna burn. He has to die. They knew they'd get caught. And I say get caught. They didn't get caught as individuals, but we know they did it. Everyone knows they did it. They knew we'd know. They had no choice. Because there was too much on the line. There's too much on the fucking line to let me just depose this girl and win. So what's the alternative? They've tried to lock me up. That ain't working. They tried to delete me. That ain't working. Everyone's got their social media accounts back. But me. Remember, they're like, oh, conservative. Zuck's a conservative now. I'm at the UFC. I'm a conservative. Okay, Zuck, where's my Instagram? National security threat, terrorists. They have one move left. They tried the letters, that ain't gonna work. They tried the money 2 days ago, that ain't gonna work. They're going to try to kill me. And if they are successful, if they do kill me, all I hope is that this video is watched by as many people as possible so that something happens and changes. Because if you're a man who speaks the truth, your ability to speak freely is directly correlated to your insignificance. You are only allowed to talk the truth if nobody listens to you. If people are listening to you, if you become the most Google man on the planet and you're saying the right things, they will do everything they fucking can to take you down.
Who are 5 people you want to say fuck you to?
I've had to really analyze, like, my enemies are in the shadows. Who is behind Lestrada? Who is, who from the UK Foreign Office typed the letter? Who were the psychologists who told me himself? Who? My enemies are in the shadows. And they've sent these odd faces to the front, like the prosecutor and the guy who tried to take the Portuguese man's cars and this garbage. I'd be a fool to consider them my enemies. They're just pawns. My enemies are the king and the queen. I don't know who they are. That's why you can't get them. Because you don't know who they are. People who are really in charge of the world, we don't know who they are. We don't know who makes these calls. That's why they keep getting away with it. But you still would have a temptation in my position to say fuck you to the faces you do know. But I don't really have that temptation because, to be honest with you, I've analyzed my performance throughout this saga so heavily. And I think I've annoyed them more than they've annoyed me. I think I've won. I think they're so frustrated with me. I think that the Daily Telegraph, which printed 3 days ago, Andrew Tate must be extradited urgently. That's not an organic piece from the media. Why would the media be talking about me 4 years later? Why would the media print about me every single day, no matter what, on repeat? Because they're instructed to do by the state, because they're propaganda army. So we must urgently get Andrew Tate, says the Telegraph, because the British government told them to. And that just shows how pathetic and frustrated they are. When they call a hotel and call, please kick them out, and the owner goes, I'm not going to kick you out, they're losers. I'm like, I know they're losers. And then I post from the hotel, having a cigar, on my Twitter. Imagine thinking you're the big boss, and you're like working for the government, you're a spy, you're James Bond working for MI6, and little old Andrew's making a fucking dick out of you. I think I've annoyed them far more than they'll ever annoy me. And I think even if they kill me, it's the same. Even if they kill me, I get to be a hero forever. It's like, I'm sure dying will suck, but then I'll be dead. Do you fear death? I fear dying. I don't think you can fear death because you're dead then. I fear dying. I'm worried about the people I'm going to leave behind. But I'm almost there. I'm 40. I've got 20, 30 years left anyway. And I've lived more life than most men will ever live in 100 years. So I can't complain about my experiences. I've had it from the bottom. I've had Romanian jail and all this shit. Bugattis, private jets, the most beautiful women on the planet. Endless children. Endless money. Fame. Most famous man in the world. A fighter, a chess player. I've done everything. I've done everything. I've had a great life. But I don't want to say fuck you to anybody because I believe that somehow, in the end, things work out fair. And if I end up dead, that's fine, because I believe there's going to be some degree of karmic justice for the people who did this to me.
We're the world's most advanced program, built to control driver spend, managing travel expenses, protecting your AP. And our AI virtual assistant helps you identify spend abnormalities. Corpay.
This is Billy Bob.
I really think we should add, if this is your last podcast, what is the one thing you want men to remember?
I recently lost a boxing match, and everyone says to me, Andrew, why'd you do that? You're too old to fight. Who does this? And then goes and fights. Of course I lost. Fuck. Who does this? And when the second he's free, gets in there with someone 40 kilo, 50 pounds heavier than 15 years younger and 2 inches taller. What kind of idiot? People ask me, does it bother you because you were top G and you lost this fight? I always, when presented with the 2 pieces of paper, when I was presented with the red pill and the blue pill, I have always my entire life taken the brave choice. At the time of filming of this podcast, I have just rejected their $50 million to drop my case and make all this go away. I just took a brave choice. And now they're all sitting around a table deciding what they can do. And I'm not even saying they're bad people. As funny as this sounds, I'm not even going to say they're evil. I guarantee they're saying, is there anything we can do besides kill him? Promise the list escape it. And soon the conversation's going to turn to, there's nothing else left. We either kill him or we let him win. Nothing else is working. We either kill him or we let him win. Well, what happens if he wins? Everything. Everyone's fucked. And then they have to make a choice. Do we want to tear the whole system down that pays us, and pays our kids, and the system we believe in, and the system we built for one guy? Or does he want to be in a plane accident? Planes crash, bro. Shit happens. The world moves on. Epstein died, the world's moved on just fine. Shit happens. So, I want people to understand that no matter what happens to me, I never feel regret, even if it all goes wrong, because I'm proud of my track record of always choosing the brave choice. When we last did a podcast, my security team and I spotted a tail about 2 days before our last podcast, and we noticed we were being followed. Now, with some investigation, we believe it may have just been people who wanted to rob us, but at the time we thought it might have been a more serious threat. And that's why I was acting the way I was when I last saw you. With the security teams I had, and I was so concerned, and I was really worried, and I wanted to come in the middle of the night, and I had so many guys outside with guns, etc. This is no way to live, truthfully. There's no way to live. The sword of Damocles is far more intimidating than the grapes are tasty. And I actually think the reason I've said no to them is because if I say yes to them, I think that they may still consider killing me. So what I'm going to do, instead of living this way for the rest of my life, as a king with that sword over my head, I'm going to force a decision. Either I'm going to fucking win, or you're going to kill me. Hello everyone, this has been your guest, Andrew Tate. This is the Jack Hill podcast. Appreciate you coming out. Thanks, sir. We'll do another one soon.
Introducing new Ben & Jerry's ice cream bars. Put a stick in it.
Don't let the heat, traffic, or tire trouble slow you down. Stay road ready for every summer mile with Monroe Auto Service and Tires.